Hello and welcome to Terra, the channel where we unravel the lore of Arknights. I'm Tama, one of the editors for Terra, and today we bring you episode 2 of the Terra update series. In this series of videos, we give brief updates on Terra, its nations and races, following up on our first 2 videos, as well as helping you catch up on the lore of Terra. Today we'll journey across the desolate salt flats of Iberia in Exodus from the Pale Sea, witness the dramatic finale of the Victorian crisis in See You Soon, and explore the diverging paths Victoria and Terra take in ending a grand overture and when elegies are ashes. Let's start with the lore we learned from Exodus from the Pale Sea. In this event, we are introduced to a new part of Iberia, Mar Pálido, the Pale Sea, which is a vast salt flat formed because of the profound silence. This barren, inhospitable wasteland forces locals to navigate its expanse using wind power walkers called sand ships. Operator Thorns, real name Isidro, ventured into the flats in search for a sword technique that could conquer wind and waves. But he is waylaid by pirates who seek something related to his past, the long-lost arts of alchemy. As we explore in our Originum Arts video, alchemy is the practice of using arts to reshape matter at a microscopic level. The weirder the better, as Thorns puts it. During Iberia's golden age, labs will be set up at sea for alchemists to experiment on, leading to plenty of new discoveries and substances, such as a substance that reacts to organic matter in the ocean, or the corazonics, a substance that allegedly guides its users to their heart's desire. While Aegirian arts provide the means to explore the ocean, alchemy drove the desire to conquer it. However, after the profound silence, desire became taboo, and the Militant Inquisition banned the practice, arresting and even killing its practitioners. Construction of ships from the Golden Age was also banned. We also learn more about Aulus before he joined the Church of the Deep. He was once considered Iberia's most talented alchemist and mentored a young Isidro in both alchemy and the destreza, until they part ways. Before we continue, we truly appreciate your support. You can help us by subscribing to our channel, leaving a like, comment, and sharing our videos. Your contribution means the world to us and helps keep our team going. Now, we come to the conclusion of the Victorian crisis. For this section, we'll be covering things in chronological order, starting from See You Soon, followed by ending a grand overture, and finally when elegies are ashes. See You Soon takes place immediately after chapter 14, with the war between the Castile Military Commission and the combined forces of Victorian dukes, the Exemplars, and Rose Island coming to an end. We first look at Reunion, who are simply trying to help as many people as possible. With a rise in numbers, Nine wants to expand Reunion's mission to not only be the champion of the infected, but all who are oppressed. Tallulah, after hearing reports of infected uprisings in Ursus inspired by Reunion and its symbol, decides to steer the movement back to its birthplace. We're also introduced to the Rose Riverside, a secretive network of vampire spies once loyal to Babel. They disbanded after Teresa's death, but Entelekia arrives in Londinium searching for their leader, who disappeared during the final stages of the war. The most relevant pieces of information in this event relate to the fate of the Castile Military Commission. The Nazarene army make their last stand. Nezalem acknowledges Amia as the Lord of Fiends and allows her, Kal'Sid, and the Doctor to meet Teresis. In the ensuing battle, Nezalem dies satisfied knowing the war is won, that the Sarkas are now masters of their destiny. His death marks the official end of the war. The surviving Sarkas make their retreat to Castile, using the unannounced power to summon catastrophic clouds over every capital in Terra's inland to ensure no interference. Once again, Babel and the Military Commission have reunited, with the former rising from the ashes under Chairman Wishadal, and all the latter's radicals purged during the war. An attempt to interfere with the retreat by an unknown nation is halted by the presence of Amia, who reveals herself to be the wielder of the civilized Alterna. The Pope contacts her via the law, and Terra's is last seen in the assimilated universe, following Terra's footsteps. Taking place 2 months later is ending a grand overture, following the Victorian side of things. Even though the war is over, countless issues still plague Londinium. A majority of the city is damaged and needs repairs. Overproduction is on the rise while medical supplies fail to keep up. Sarkar's remnants are in hiding while a rising star of an emerging underworld, Milskar, has started causing issues. Siege, real name Alexandrina Vina Victoria, is thrust into the role of the Speaker of Parliament by the Dukes in the secret meeting to discuss post-war affairs, and in another meeting managed to secure more material support from the Dukes and began reopening diplomatic channels. Victoria as of now remains kingless, as Vina rejected the crown. It remains guarded in Westerleg for when a suitable candidate is found, and a referendum is held among the citizens. While Vina cannot stand against the crown, she builds support by dismantling pre-established icons of authority such as the Holy Orb of Order, a symbol of parliament reduced to gold-plated alarm clocks. Discrimination against the Sarkars in Londinium intensifies, targeting even native-born Victorians and their allies or associates. Many Sarkars who did not join the retreat led by Babel attempt to flee Londinium, only to be exploited by Milskar, who demands exorbitant fees for safe passage. Much more alarming, new symptoms of oripity seem to manifest among those infected during the war. A major reveal of this event is the true identity of Clovicia, the unicorn. She is an ageless or long-lived who has watched over Victoria for a very long time under various identities and grants the wishes of those she deems worthy. While she offers to fulfill a wish of Vina, Vina refuses and she leaves. We now arrive at Terra, finally free from Victoria's yoke. The nation is carved from the Duke of Wellington's territory, and surrounding areas with strong Terran heritage, Nasershi, the Red Dragon's lair, is its capital. The ancient capital was once remolded in Victoria's image 600 years ago, with the Terrans having had no say in the matter. It was also in this era where Lahreak, the exiled king, lived, one of the most famous Gaelic kings in Terran history, and one of the few recorded Draco to have possessed the purple flames of death. After a self-imposed 20-year exile living a nomadic lifestyle, he returned to ancient Nasershi, convincing the druids who officiated royal ceremonies to let him see his brother. However, he was assassinated on his brother's Ailil's orders. His corpse was then paraded around in the funeral for all to see, yet the flames of death still flickered, spreading and burning for 7 days until the druids managed to return the flames to him. Because of this, the druids went into exile, both out of guilt and to keep the lessons learned alive. Their descendants will come to be known as the Wake Men. They lead ascetic lives, only concerning themselves when performing funeral rites for the dead. Reed, real name LostCE Dublin, is now the ruler of Terra. Dublin's members were integrated into the Terran Defense Force. Although it is an independent nation, Terra has not formally seceded from Victoria. It is in this state of limbo that the Dukes continue to parley with Wellington, while LostCE starts opening diplomatic channels with other nations, as well as restoring Terran culture. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed Terra Update 2 and found it helpful. Let us know what you think of this series. And also, whether you are a player or someone interested in the lore of Arknights, if there's a specific nation, race, or topic within the Arknights universe you would like to learn more about, feel free to suggest it in the comments below. This is Tama from Terra. Thank you for watching.